Hello, beautiful friends, dancers, and artists and creatives from all over the world. Welcome to another episode of Hips and Bits, stories from and with the Global Caravan dancers from also around the globe. I am Paulette Rees-Denis, if you don't know who I am. I am your magic maker and your movement motivator and innovator of Global Caravan Tribal Bellydance, owning a global dance company with the most beautiful dancers all over the world. And part of my uh, desire and my passion is to share stories. I love people's stories. I love to know how people got to where they are, what they've been through, what their dreams are, all the things. And to hear the little snips and tidbits of their adventures and their journeys, their highs, their lows, uh, all the beautiful things that make them who they are today, and how they also spread the love of the dance, their creativity, their artistry, their integrity, their passions. And so today I get to bring you Australian dancer, diva, goddess. Nina Martinez is here from outside of Cairns, Innisfail, Australia. And hello, Nina.
Hello, Paulette and Global Caravan Dancers and friends.
Yes, so good to see you and have you here. I just love our connection so much. Now, okay, so a lot of you may know Nina already because she has been on my show before. We've done lots of work together. We've done lots of travels together. How long have we known each other now?
Since 2006, so coming up
Almost 20 years.
20 years
Holy
and
crap.
20 years next, 20 years in February, I think.
Yeah, and I just posted those pictures. But
I,
what year was that? That was later than 2006.
I was a child now.
So we've gone through lots and lots of stuff together.
Lots and lots of stuff.
And tell me, what is what and why is your passion about this dance?
What is my passion first? Um, I just I love how it makes me feel as a person. I know the first workshop I had with you when I met you, I had been dancing already, and I loved to move and I loved to dance. But then when you came and you're imparting, your magic. The first time I met you, I don't know, there was some extra thing about the movements and the energy, and I think that was the first time I shed tears in a circle because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Oops, sorry. Um, so from that, I took that on board and I wanted to do that. I wanted to make that magic. I wanted to be that facilitator that I could bring that for myself and then bring that for other people and share that. Um, and that's probably a bit of the why as well, I guess, isn't it?
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
um,
why did you feel like you wanted to share it?
I don't really know. It took me a little while to understand that teaching the dance was then my purpose in life. I had been a little bit floating along on a few things. I'd been doing a business with my mum for many years, and then I had my child and stuff, and I've kind of been, in that kind of transition. I don't know what to do any at this point. And then I'd been doing some dance for a little while already, and it was like, oh, one day it was just like, oh, this is it. This is what my life's heart, and what I'm going to share with other people, women. It kind of is, and yeah, it was a really important turning point for me to acknowledge that.
Mm, mm. And you feel it. I mean, you feel it in your heart, you feel it in your body, you feel it in your life.
there's just like, I guess it's just like, the like a water, a river for me. It's just, it just, it's something you're just carried along.
Mm.
You're carried along, and like you can't really push it back. It's just like you're just in this flow, whether it's, you're dancing or you're teaching or whatever. It just, there's this flow, and then I don't know. I just get so happy. It makes me so happy.
So, and I mean, okay, so it makes you so happy. So how, I mean, how happy? Like, uh, happy in which way?
Happy in which ways? Well, I guess there's many ways of happiness, but just just like an overall, well-being for a start, because dance and movement and music, as they come into your body, for me, you interpret them, and that can just make me happy, like this way. Dancing with my tribe, just connecting on that very elemental basis makes me happy. But then, like recently, I had my first teacher coming out of my tribe, um, and that made me extraordinarily happy. That, I'm now passing this legacy on, um, within my own small community. It makes me extraordinarily happy to see our groups coming together, and very proud and happy to see the strength of this community. Um,
Isn't that incredible? I mean, I can remember, you know, way back when I had my first teacher, when I taught my first person to be a teacher. And it was like, how do I let go? How do I let go of my own ego to pass this on so someone else can also pass it on? And it was extraordinary.
well, for us to continue this, like any legacy, you have to have that strength of character to go, yep, I've got to do this and pass it on. So then, now she's got her students, and she is experiencing this beautiful circle. And I mean, all the other teachers I've taught, but this was really particularly lovely because it was my own student becoming a teacher. And yeah, it's just, I don't know.
To be
It's so
able to pass it on and give it with love, and you hope for the highest good, of course. You want the most integrity, you want the most artistic, um, you want them to be able to pass it on with your vision in a way, right?
absolutely. And well, I think if it is going to be a legacy, then it has to have that authenticity so that it can be passed. It has to have, bringing back to the format, it is a very, what's the word, strong, it has got technique, um, it
Roots.
has the history, ethos, it has the manifesto, it has all those things. And, you're not just passing on, some dance moves, or, it is a really strong um, basis and format that you're passing on, and you want that person then to replicate that in their own way and pass that on to their people as her person, and so on. And so I think, yeah, it's a very, for me, it's very empowering, and that I can pass that on from you, like directly from you, that I can pass it on to other teachers. And for me, it is, our community is strength in the teachers, and I just love what they do. Turning up week in, week out. Sometimes you might have one or two students. Sometimes you might have a heap of students. I don't know, but you just have to be there all the time. You have to show up for yourself first. And that also makes me happy, just to see people turning up week after week, and persevering,
Mhm.
sometimes persevering, because it is really hard. It can be very challenging what we do. And it's usually out. I mean, this is my job now. I took that on, that mantle.
It took a while, but
Took me a little while, but for most people, they're mothers and they've got a job, both or whatever, and then after that, then they go out and do this dance class, this dance circle, and so yeah, I admire people that do that year in year after, and that yeah, I'm very proud of that.
I really love, well, I love our teacher training that I developed, and it's grown and grown and grown over the years, because it's not just about the technique. You know, I mean, the
No,
technique is, of course, the roots. You know, uh, but there's so much more. So, what else do you think goes into being a good teacher?
I think um, for myself, and then what I see in others is um, developing your own sense of leadership and your own sense of worth as a person, as a businesswoman is probably a bit strong, but to a degree, you actually have to have skills that
Oh yeah, I don't
that
think it's too strong at all. You know me,
yeah,
I'm all about that.
I know. And so you actually have to have skills that, that you can make money out of this, that, that, so leadership for me first. And then business women, you learn how to interact with people on many different ways, how to describe things, and you learn so much about people. Oh, sweetheart.
I know.
Um,
Hello, Rosie's saying hi. Sorry, interruption.
I mean, come on. Um, so yes, it's more of like life skills you learn as well through the teacher training
You say
and
life skills?
life skills. Yeah.
I thought you
Um,
said love skills. It is love skills too.
only if they do it well. Nah. So yes, those types of extra things that are kind of you can't sign up, I guess, for those things. They just come through as you're teaching.
And
Um,
and not everybody has those kinds of skills. Everybody has their own strengths in being a human. Not everybody's meant to be a teacher.
it's funny that because it's you can't know that until you try it. I guess it's like anything you do. But yeah, some people you go, wow, she would make a great teacher. Like she's got this and that and great technique and blah blah blah. And then there's no, I don't know. You have to have this generosity of spirit and this community kind of energy
Yes.
dance as well. And you have to be able to connect with people of all different ages and energies to make your circle work. And they may not be your people to start with, but you have to be able to kind of interact with everyone, which for me sometimes is difficult because I kind of can be socially awkward.
Well, I mean, not everybody's that easy, you know, to get along with, or
This
not.
is so. This
Yeah.
is so. It is a very social thing that you're doing as well, and bringing it then back to the dance. But yeah, if you're not used to putting yourself out there in front of strangers, essentially, like when you're creating your class, you've done your training, done all this stuff, you have to put yourself in front of strangers, and that can be quite challenging for some of us. Not for everyone, but for some of us. Um, but you learn that. You learn that. What other things were we saying? I think that was about it, about teacher training.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people don't really understand what goes
Um,
into the training and into being a good teacher as well as a good dancer. Again, not everybody's meant to be a teacher, not everybody's meant to be a performer. And even within the dance, for those of you who aren't quite sure, maybe we should talk about that for a minute. You know, the dance is based on a learned language of moves, but then they're put together improvisationally. So you are creating art in the moment, but you have a set of moves. And it's also meant to be done in a group, or at least with another person. So you have a leader and a follower. Now, some people are born leaders in that respect, and some people are incredible followers. And you need both. And you
You
want
do.
someone to learn both, but you still have a set of skills. So, and I love that about this, you know, I love that about this dance, and finding your strength in the dance, you know, and for each person, it's so different. Um,
And I think it's okay for there to be for you to be a strong follower.
oh, absolutely. We need them.
And as much as there is to be a strong leader, I love that look on people's faces when, you know, you've been just beginning students and then they realize they actually have to lead and step up that next level. And I think this is that kind of that point where people go, oh, I get it, or it's like, okay, this might be too challenging. But it's yeah.
So, what do you think? I mean, like we mentioned that, you know, it is the dance is not just about the technique, it's about the lifestyle. And that's part of it, I think, is finding your strength as a human, as a
Yeah.
creator, as an artist, um, you know, where your role is in that. I forgot what I was going to ask you. What do you think? Well, how does it become a lifestyle?
Well, you know, it is quite addictive. Um, well, I guess it becomes a lifestyle when you, as a dancer, you recognize yourself as a dancer for a start. So, as a dancer's body, you need to be pretty well fit, and your body needs to be strong, and also, so your body has to be really strong. So
The dance makes you strong, though.
the dance makes you strong, it does, but I feel that you need to have other training, whether it's yoga or Pilates or walking or whatever it is, that also helps you tone your body, but it also then helps you really focus your mind and spirit. And it kind of builds strength. So I think doing some other work on your bodies to be a dancer, to be a really good dancer, you have to then refine your body to become a dancer. But it also then helps, well, for me, helps your focus for your mind and spirit to become. There's like this little kind of kernel of strength and power that sits in your body, so that when you dance, you can just really shine. You don't have to think, oh, my leg's going to go out or my knees buggered. You know, I'm having a bad day, so your mind goes like, I can't focus on the music, so that you can just like be very sharp when you come to that dance moment. Or if you're coming into your dance class as a teacher and you can just sort of put it all together, coalesce. So that to me is like the lifestyle. So you know, it's about the food you eat and the training you do every day, maybe some dance practice every day. Still, you know, you have to go back all the time and revise. You know, you have to revise all your moves. This We have such a huge dialect and vocab, and then you make up stuff. So then it's like a whole other thing. So you make up stuff, Um,
Not too much, not too much.
not too much. I know, Paulette. I know. So yeah, the lifestyle becomes, and then you have, your friends and your people, for the most part, become dancers or related to dance, um, or musicians, and so
I also,
at your
but I also think that, the depending on where you want to be in the dance. So, because I really firmly believe it's a dance for all ages and all sizes, and if you want to do dance like you do, or like what I've done in the past when you're teaching a bunch of classes every week and you're performing every weekend, that's a different part of the lifestyle. Or you can come to dance class once a week and just have the time of your life, and it's a meditation and it's being present in your body, and you start to look at your body differently and look at each other differently.
it's interesting to see just women, blossoming and flourishing, just adding movement to their life, adding color to their life,
Yeah.
and
Adding
and just
flowers in your hair.
yeah, I did it on purpose today. And also being around like-minded people is so healthy when everyone turns up and they're so happy to be there.
Yeah.
Um, Being around enthusiastic and happy people is such a good drug to be on. It's very inspiring. So yes,
So there's so many
life,
aspects to it, and it just depends. You find out where you want to be in the dance when you become that dancer, and how far you want to take it, and what's important to you. What's important to you as a human, you know?
I think also, I'm just going to put it out there that sometimes people don't know where they are or what they want with the dance. But if you need to, please ask or say to somebody, if you want to reach another level or you want to do something else, just ask or say or have that conversation, because
Yes.
ask your teacher, say that, oh, I'd really like to do this or I'd really like to do that, and have the conversation, be open. Because,
And as a teacher, you want to ask your students that too. Goes both ways.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's getting to know who your students are. So that's what I mean. There's so many levels on becoming a teacher. It's not just showing up and teaching dance class. And being a businesswoman and talking about money and all those things that a lot of women especially have a hard time doing, like building a business.
Yes, yes,
And that is, that's one thing I teach all the time, is how important that is to be that business person and to be proud of your investments and your lifeblood, for God's sake. I mean, you
yes.
didn't just learn this yesterday. And that's so hard for some women. And so I love empowering them to be able to do that.
And I think also, for women coming to a successful dance class, or like even the festivals or whatever, it is you see these women doing things that are extraordinary, and you go, wow, I can look at that. They're just regular women. I can do that. So it is wonderful to see women going, oh, wow, look at these people.
Well, and I mean, just being in your body like that, and being stronger in your body helps you walk through life with more clarity and more confidence, and owning who you are, uh, standing tall, even correcting your posture, the little things that are big things. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
You know,
certainly do.
and showing up and participating in your own life, in your own body, participating and taking care of it and acknowledging it and owning it, and you know showing it off, whatever and however that means to you.
Absolutely. Showing up and not working too much, guys.
So can you think of some turning points for you over the years?
Turning points. Well, when you came out, that was definitely a turning point for me. Um, and then that was in 2006. Turning point when you asked me to come to Sebastopol for the first Travel Fest, 2010. I nearly fell off my chair. Uh,
That was for a
um,
dance festival that we performed in.
yes, and it was I was so excited because I had been following Paulette and Gypsy Caravan, which was called back then, for you know more than 5 years, and I was totally intoxicated by their beauty and their performances, and then to be asked into this troupe, I don't know, it's just a little farm girl from North Queensland. I was just over the moon. And then um, when I started going over to Fremantle when I met Rochelle, I came over
Who
because
is Rochelle Spencer, who's you've actually seen an interview with her, I think. And she lives on the opposite coast of Australia, if you're not familiar where that is. And she's also been studying with me. And then
we had been kind of crossing paths for many years, many years. And then I didn't get to meet her, I think, till about 2015 or so.
oh, is that right?
And
Wow.
I know it was really late. And then we just like, wow, okay, what the we did a thing, we connected, and so meeting Rochelle, that was uh, for my brand, which I'd kind of been doing my TT4 with Paulette, and we had gone through a whole big
She's
thing on branding.
teacher
Teacher
training,
train,
level 4,
sorry, what did I say?
TT4. Some
Oh,
people
sorry.
may not know what that means.
Teacher training for, which at the time was kind of just getting into the social media. Like there was social media, and it was just starting to have this like huge thing into social media and your brand. I'd never heard of that before, and so I was like, oh, okay. So Rochelle has this festival over there. It's called WAMED, and it was just instrumental, I guess, for me to get my brand and kind of bringing it into like a national vibe and then into like a global vibe. Mainly because of the performance aspect there, because there was a lot of people seeing what we were doing, and I really wanted to see GC Global Caravan being danced on a big platform in Australia because it hadn't really been. And then also I'd been become a master teacher myself, so I could teach, and people were really ready to become, train and do the certification as well. So yeah, that was instrumental for me, like on a whole other level. Also pushing myself to do these things and be professional and be more than I was, and yeah, pushing the boundaries for me, and not be so small minded about things.
Yay.
I
I
know,
pushed you a lot. I know I pushed you a lot.
absolutely. Um, and people still do. People still do. Like, you can do that. I was like, no, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, you could. um, believe, and I think it's just believe in yourself. Um, and I don't know. After that, instrumental. Um, I think just having. I think just providing and setting up the festivals in Australia, the Tribe in the Tropics, Bendigo Tribal Fest, and then with a collaboration with Rochelle with her Tribal Fest in the West, telling her she could do it.
Mhm.
Just seeing those three festivals rise and flourish and be so well attended by the women that come to classes and in our community, the support there. And that that to me is really, I'm very proud of that.
And you should be.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And do for me, I'm so proud of you to see have seen you flourish and expand and grow and you know through the trials and
Yes.
the excitement and the questioning and what's next and all the things that come with growing as an artist, you know, and being able to share, you know, you share this dance with so much joy and passion and you empower the others to dance too, which is, again, it's not always easy, but it's beautiful. And sometimes it's super easy, you know.
It's funny what comes. It's funny that what comes out of your body when you're faced with 50 people in a room, and and just being have the skills, and which I have, of course, learned from you as well. But just then your own kind of, you're faced with a crowd of people and you want them to dance, and you're going to basically dance in this room together and create this kind of magical vibe. And the magical is kind of, it's not like woo, it's deep. It's a deep resonance of earth and air and wind and fire. um
Yeah.
and yeah, just like a really deep human connection you get with people that's nonverbal. And just the mental, the mental connection you get with people on that level in that group is kind of sheer alchemy, and I just love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called.
Magic. It's called magic. It's called magic. That's what I wanted to mention too. What I love. And now, you know, um, there are definitely men who do this dance. I would say that 95% of all of our global troops are women. Um, but what I love is how it encompasses the divine, how it encompasses that feminine magic, you know. So it reaches down deep. You say it's deep. Well, it reaches down deep into women's history and the ancients' history and the tribal history of of dance and music and magic and uh, I mean that's what it was always about for me is like what is this calling, what is this reaching down deep inside me, you know, there's you know
it's
the
it's
ancients
very,
come through you.
it's so primal.
Yeah.
um and it really, for me, is it triggers all my archetypes and all the mythologies all kind of come together. And I can, if I need to, I can just draw down on any of those archetypes, to then channel that to make things happen, whether. And yeah, it is a few levels there as you rise up through this dance, and then through you go, okay, this is a dance, but then you have this divine feeling when you dance as you connect with other women or in people in a circle. um, there's something about the circle and the sacred geometry as you dance, whether it's, I mean, being in a line with women, with people, and dancing and just doing the synchronized simple movements which transposes across many different cultures. There's just something so beautiful and simple about it.
Mhm.
uh, it's almost inexplicable. I don't. It's just the simplicity for me. The
Yeah, you
simplicity.
know, and that's
It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be tricky. It doesn't have to be complicated. For
Yes.
me, it's these simple folkloric moves that really move me. There's B in the chart. um, yes, and when I was in Italy recently, and we just can put music on. Some of these women hadn't been dancing for very long, and um, but we just danced. It's just like very simple, basic moves. We danced in a circle. There's such pleasure and such joy. That's my, going back to the beginning question, that's my why.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that's really important too, is to realize it doesn't have to be full of tricks. And it is just the basic connection, that basic symmetry and synchronicity. In fact, I was writing a blog post about that today, so that's funny. Um, uh, and I think people get thrown off by that sometimes because it doesn't have to be tricky, you know.
the beauty and the simplicity, the synchronicity of people, um, and the heartfelt emotion that comes through that. That's the beauty. Like everyone feels that moment, and it's like a drug.
It is like a drug. It
Like
is
a drug.
like
It's
a,
your serotonin kick for the day or whatever,
yeah.
endorphin kick. And so yes, that to me is very important, and I think it's an essential part of our dance the global caravan dance is you feel that is that very folkloric, basic, simple vibe, and if you don't get that, it's probably not the dance for you.
Right. Well, and I mean that's very true too. It's I think everybody can dance, but everybody can also have their own, some people want to do flamenco and some people want to do African and some people just want to do a lot of yoga. I mean, it's just I just want you to move.
Yeah,
Because movement is the essential part of being in a body.
it is but I love that feeling of magic.
I know, it's so good. It's just so good. But I love the connection. Like I can dance forever. I can dance around my living room. I can, I've been on stage forever, but I want to dance with you. I
I know.
want
I
I'm
look at
not,
someone. I want to look at someone across the circle. If it's a duet or 6 or 50 people, I want to connect with that person, look them in the eye, and get that same sense of connection back, that joy, that kind of divine, like reflection, like you're all the same but different kind of thing, and just we all want that same spiritual divine feeling. And I guess that's why we're kind of a tribe, because that's what we're doing.
well,
Um,
it's a basic human connection.
mm,
We just happen to be doing it through a certain type of movement.
for
You can
sure.
get it doing other things, you can get it doing other things. This is our
This
choice.
is our in. This is our in.
Yeah.
It's it's very sacred. Like it's our sacred to me, and it is quite a it is a sacred dance. You know, just putting some we put some slow music on the other day. Actually, we had some Misner on. I don't know. You put Misner on or a little bit of GC, and it's just like this little inhalation, and there's like settle and dance. And this is like a flow from the music comes into your body and comes out of your body.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, music is definitely the impetus, I think, especially for me, also being a musician. But
Yes,
music makes me move. You know,
really
I'm
does.
crazy. I'm crazy. Just put on music and it's all over. In such a good way.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Wow. Well, Nina, I know we could talk for a few more hours, I think, and there's so many more questions, but part two, maybe. we gotta wind this up. So what do you have to say?
What
Ah.
do I have to say? That I'm doing good now. uh, um, what do I have to say? That I'm very proud of um, our our beautiful format, Global Caravan. I love the women that inspire me, the master teachers that have become long-term friends and family. And uh, without you, Paulette, our lives would have been very, very different. And and the people that I dance with regularly, and that everyone in their class dances regularly. I hope you have beautiful connections and keep that magic thriving.
Yes. Amen. Amen, sister. All right, my
Dance.
friends. Thank you. Thank you, Nina, for spending time with me. Wow, this has been a great conversation. And I love these conversations. I love, love, love them. I live for these. I totally live for these. And I love to be able to share them with all of you out there. And this is a side hustle of Heart and Hustle, my video podcast. This is called Hips and Bits. And I love this so much. And I love uh, connecting sometimes for the first time and reconnecting with all the dancers out there as we grow and expand and live life to the fullest. That's right. We are here to be strong and make changes in the world and make it a better place to live and create from our heart and our body and our soul. Oh.
That's what I meant to say. I'm not quite so articulate.
You did great. So good. So good talking with you, Nina. Thank you. And thank you, everybody out there. Please let us know your thoughts and questions. I love to hear your comments and what you got out of this conversation and what you'd like to do and anything that comes to mind. You share it with us, with me. There goes B. Hi, B. That's her mom. And again, thanks for being here. So many blessings until we meet again. Blessed be.